What's up, YouTube? Robbie Vapes back again, and today we're gonna have a little ramble. So stay tuned. That is right, YouTube. Today is another edition of Robbie Rambles. It's been a while since I've done this. Do I even have time to do this? Honestly, I really don't. I have so many things on the go right now, and it is crazy. But I want to start with one thing and one thing first, because if you only watch this one part, that's fine. What I wanted to do, I actually mentioned in another video I think I just posted, or maybe it was a video that I haven't posted yet. I have a lot of videos done, this has actually been a very productive weekend for me, which is very nice. And a lot of the videos turned out way better than I ever expected, which is kind of where I like to be. Anyone who watches Project F.O.G knows that last weekend, or at least as of the weekend I'm recording this, probably won't be out for a couple days, but as of last weekend, I had 5 videos I recorded and I only kept one of them. And I hadn't even done any editing on it. I did the editing actually last night, which was Friday, the 15th, and did the editing last night, and I was able to salvage it, but the 4 other ones I couldn't do. I even had another Rambles episode actually from a week ago that I really wanted to put out because I had so many things I wanted to talk about, and it just didn't happen. So before we get started, the one thing I want to mention, as I went completely off topic there, but it's a Rambles episode, so I'm allowed to go off topic once in a while. Anyways, back on topic. All right, straight face now. I'm facing you guys. We're good. All right. What I wanted to bring up was, as you guys know, I do a live subscriber appreciation show at the end of every month, and it used to be every Tuesday, but because of Project F.O.G moving to Tuesdays, I'm going to have to actually rearrange it and put it on another day. So the big question is, what day and what time works for all of you beautiful people out there, and what do you think is the best day for me to do this? Now, the biggest struggle I have with doing this is that my show, or my live show, is going to be a once a month show. It's not going to be any more than that, and it's just going to be once a month. The problem is, on every day of the week, there's already a live show, and those shows are weekly. So really, they do take precedence over my show because they're weekly shows, they're ongoing, they're continuing. Mine's just a once a month show. So the question is, what days do you think work for you guys? What day is there the biggest gap in? Is there a time frame? Now keep in mind I'm Mountain Time, so I'm 2 hours behind Eastern Time. For anyone who couldn't do the math, I'm sure you all could, but not to insult anyone there. But I just wanted to do that for my own reassurance, I guess. Anyway, so the big question is, what day and time should I do my live show? I don't want to step on any toes. I've been told Monday, but I mean Monday's Rin's show. I've been told Wednesday, but that's Fresh's show. Thursday is, I believe, the Vape team. Friday is, I'm losing track of it all already. Hcigar is also Monday, I think. And Tuesday is, of course, Project F.O.G. So the point is, in order to find another day, I need to figure out what you guys want to see and what day of the week works for you guys. So that's up for grabs, up for discussion. Let me know in the comments section below what you guys think for date and time for my live show. And keep in mind, it's going to be like the end of every month. It's going to be like the last Saturday of every month, the last Sunday of every month, which, again, Sundays, Mark's show, of course. So anyway, so the biggest thing is just trying to find a day and pick a time, and just wanted to know what you guys think about that. Let me know in the comments below what times and days you think work best. Now, with that being said, let's talk about the last couple weeks, how busy I've been, and just give you a bit of an insight into what I've been but what some of the things I've had to do to catch up on all my reviews. And my biggest problem for me personally is just that I am way too picky when it comes to reviews. Maybe I'm not picky enough. I don't know. I just want to put out good content for you guys, all the viewers out there. And my biggest concern is that if I don't do it right, and if the content isn't where I want it to be, I typically end up scrapping the video. And I think I'm going to keep doing that. I don't have any plans to rush anything out or to try and meet deadlines of anything or anything like that. I just don't want to get into that kind of area of YouTube where I have to post every day on certain days, and it's been pretty relaxed for me, and it's been working out pretty well. I enjoy what I do still. I haven't got sick of this at all. It's amazing. It's a great experience. And yeah, I fell behind a little bit. You get a little bit overwhelmed, but I mean, you can't really complain when you're a reviewer because you really do have such a great opportunity to be in the vape industry from a different perspective than, say, a shop or someone who might be a customer or I guess a hobbyist or an enthusiast, whatever you want to call it. Being a reviewer, you do have a different perspective on things, and because of that, I feel like you're also held to a different standard, or at least you should be. You shouldn't be putting out videos that just don't have the quality in them, that don't have the content, that you haven't spent the time with something. And I'm not calling anyone out on that. I'm not saying anyone in particular. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to say what my logic is behind my reviews and how I got so far behind. And to give you an idea, I actually made a checklist this weekend of things I wanted to get done, and I got a lot done. In fact, a lot of these have already aired by the time you're watching this. I'm just gonna grab my list here to show you, to tell you guys what I had done. First one on the list is a Jarvis tank, which, as the recording of this video, has not been published, but will be published tomorrow of the recording. So it's already been published by the time you watch this. The Jarvis tank is basically a all-in-one tank that lets you use any coils you want to use. For the most part, it uses it uses several different coils. So if you run out of one coil, you can replace with another coil. And there's a few coils it doesn't take, but for the most part, it takes almost every single coil on the market, which is really cool. The next one is the Cooley's Liquid Company, which is Cooley's e-juice review. I did that. There was a giveaway in that for the Tsunami RDA for the clone. If you want to go check it out, by all means. Also on that list, or on this list that I've already completed, is the Divergent tank. That one's already been posted. And then I also completed another video that I'm not going to talk about because I haven't decided when I'm going to post it. It may not be posted for like a month. It may not be posted for a week. It may not be posted for who knows. Or it may already be posted. So I don't want to talk about it just yet. But I think this video is going to make it out before that one does. So I'm going to leave that one off the list. But it's already done. It's recorded. Turned out okay. I was pretty happy with how it turned out. So no issues there. It's not a review. It's more of an announcement. And I'll leave it at that. But anyway, so that's what I got done yesterday on Friday. And then tonight I got done the Awesome Sauce review, which is another e-juice review from Chef Sam over at the Vape Depot. Great juice, by the way. If you haven't watched that review, I'll give you a bit of a spoiler in that. I love the juice. I love the juice. It is fantastic. It's probably one of the tastiest juices I've ever had, period. And if you like rich, creamy, kind of more of the savory type vapes, this is it. They have PB&J, they have flaky, and they have cinnamon cream. All three of those really well done. I don't not like any of them. I love them all, and they're all right at the top of my list right now for e-juices. But anyways, that's what I got done. Here's the rest of the list of things I have to do, and what I wanted to do as much of this stuff this weekend as possible. The next one on the list is Old Fashioned Elixir. It's an e-juice. I got one bottle right here. There's actually 8 juices to try in the line. 4 of them are tobacco, 4 of them are different than tobacco, and that's going to be one I have to do as well. I also have the Boreas to do, which is this one right here by Vape. I got that to do, and I also have the Aromomizer Supreme RDTA, which is this guy right up here, and this one I have to do as well. In order to save time, I think what's going to happen is these two are going to be in the same video in a head-to-head matchup, just to figure out which one's better, because they are very similar and they both have a lot of the same features, and then there's a few major flaws for each of them. By major, I don't mean deal-breaking flaws, but major enough where they're worth noting. So anyway, so that's going to be one review. I also have the Illyria versus the Aromomizer RDTA V2. You can see, hopefully you can see that, the Illyria and the RDTA 2. I haven't even opened these yet. I mean, these are literally, I haven't even built them, so these are probably 2 weeks out at least, maybe even longer than that. I also have the Tsunami RDA, the authentic one that was asked to be reviewed. This is courtesy of Haystown Vapes. And I also have the Mini Bolt to review, which I think I can get done this weekend, and you'll probably see this review out in the next couple of days if it's not already posted. And I think that's pretty much all I had on the list. And on top of that, I wanted to do a whole bunch of other stuff, including this Rambles video, just giving you guys an update on things, showing you guys how things are going, asking you guys for your opinion on the live show I do. And I think that was pretty much it as far as reviews go and videos go. But if you guys have any ideas for videos that you want me to do, by all means, let me know. And I'd be more than happy to do videos based on your suggestions. In fact, I'll tell you what, send me an email. If you're watching this and you have an idea, send me an email on a review or on a video you want me to do. It doesn't even have to be a review. It can be a rambles. It can be whatever you want it to be. Send me an email with it, and what I'll do is gather all the emails that I get recommending a topic and put them all into one video. Just jam it all into one video. The idea kind of, I guess, stems from Real Vape J. He did the same thing on Facebook where he asked a whole bunch of people what do they want to see in a video, and then he turned around and made that one video. I like that idea. I'm going to steal it from him. I hope he doesn't mind. So send me an email with what you want to see. and I will put it in the video. It can be anything you want, anything. And I know I'm going to regret that, but yeah, as long as we keep it, you know, relatively respectful. But anyways, so yeah, so let me know what you guys want to see. Send me an email, and I'll definitely put a video out on whatever all the topics are that get brought up. I think apart from that, I mean, like I said, it's just a rambles video, just kind of shooting the shit. I don't really have too much to complain about today. Anyone who watches Project F.O.G or who may have missed it, I did mention a lot of things on Hcigar right now, and they are not by any stretch on the top of my list for recommendations. In fact, they are right there at the top of my do not recommend list. They're pretty much right behind like STL Wolf. Yeah, they're Kim-sun. Like they're that bad right now for me, and they're pissing me off beyond belief. Basically, if you don't know the story, one of my VT200s bricked, along with I know several hundreds, if not thousands, of others who have also purchased them. And I've been waiting 4 months for mine. I didn't get it. I finally got a refund from the shop, who was nice enough to do that, which is awesome. I mean, just that level of customer care is great, but at the same time, it shouldn't be up to the shop to issue a refund. It should be up to Hcigar to at least communicate with their customers, especially since I sent them numerous emails telling them that, like, where are things? What's it at? Give me an update, please. And then I finally ended up sending the last one probably 2.5 weeks ago, saying, look, here's who I am. I'm a reviewer. I'm frustrated with customer service. Just so you know, I'll have a link to my YouTube channel if you don't believe me. Here you go. If I don't get an answer back in the next 48 hours, you'll leave me no choice but to post a video discussing how I do not recommend Hcigar to anyone. And of course, no reply. It's 2.5 weeks later. Nothing, of course, because they're they have their heads too far up their fucking ass to ever care about their customers. And what I find interesting is that they're sitting there pumping out these new devices, the VT200, the VT133, the VT75, or whatever the fuck it is. They're all garbage. Don't buy them. They're just gonna brick out on them, and then they're gonna cheap out on you and never pay you back for your product that bricks out on you. So I don't recommend Hcigar at all. I know I'm probably ruining relationship with them by doing this. They're never gonna send me anything, no matter what happens in the future. But for that reason, I'm okay with that. I don't want anything from them. They're garbage. They're an irresponsible company that has no regards for their customers, and they've proven that pretty well to me over and over again when I've sent them numerous emails, messages on Facebook. I've tried to contact them as many ways as I can, and just nothing back. So with that being said, I don't recommend using Hcigar. I highly recommend you guys stay away from them, and I think it's time we show them that customer feedback and customer care is extremely important in this industry, and don't try and fuck us over again. And I'll leave it at that. Anyways, I'm not going to apologize for that either. I usually at the end of a ramble, I'll be like, I'm sorry to say that. No, not this time. I mean it cold-hearted, and I'm fucking done with this company. So I'll probably even have it in the Robbie Rambles. It'll be like Robbie Rambles episode 5 or 6, whatever I'm on. Do not buy Hcigar. It's just like the subline or whatever on that one. So I have no issue with that. They are absolutely one of the worst services companies in the e-cig business. I mean, the funny thing is, even Kim-sun had the decency to respond to me when I questioned their ethics. Mind you, it wasn't a very appropriate response, but they responded to me nonetheless. You'd think Hcigar would have the same decency, but apparently not. I need a vape. Fuck. Oh, and all my worries go away, but not really. Anyways, so that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about, I guess. That was my only rant. So much for not having any kind of rants today, because apparently I couldn't help myself in going into that one. Just one of those things where it pisses you off and you're just like, fuck this. Oh, anyways. Oh, the vape industry is just such a great place to be right now. Between the companies not caring about their customers and between the entire population, it feels like, against us, it's just a horrible time right now. I remember a simpler time. You know, when I first started vaping, it was great. People loved it. People thought you were great. You were quitting smoking. And now with all the fucking attention in the media, it's like, you're better off smoking. Why are you doing that? You know you're gonna kill yourself. You know it's gonna explode in your face, right? Oh god, what a pile of garbage it is, really. But I mean, what can you do, right? You gotta try and be professional about it. You gotta try and show them and educate people that, you know, vaping is a lot different than the media explains it to be. And just once, I'd love to see the media cover a good news story on e-cigs. It just feels like it never happens. You only hear about the bad stuff. I mean, I guess part of that's our fault too. I mean, let's face it, we're not completely innocent here. We're guilty of sharing those bad news stories on Facebook and social media and making them go viral. And then, of course, the media outlets get a hold of it, and next thing you know, we're under fire again for someone blowing up a battery or someone their mod explodes or formaldehyde because of an inappropriate test that was done. But of course, it's a scientist, so it must be right. Oh, anyways, there's just so many things going on right now. It's brutal. It's brutal. It's pretty sad when we live in a society where we get more attention focused on e-cigs than traditional cigarettes. I mean, we have more media attention on e-cigs or vaporizers or vaping. And vaping is probably the preferred term. A lot of people, you know, myself included, don't like using the word e-cig anymore because it associates too closely to cigarettes, which I get. I mean, I get that, but there was a time when we could use e-cig and it wasn't frowned upon and it wasn't something that was this terrible, you know, plague for everybody to see. And things have just changed so much. But like I said, it's so sad knowing that the cigarette industry is actually probably laughing right now. They're sitting there like, we'll let them go after e-cigs all the time or vaping all the time. It doesn't affect us. If anything, it's diverting attention away from our horrible products that kill people to these products that may or may not be dangerous if used inappropriately. Like it's just absolutely crazy. Oh, so much for not ranting, right? I mean, just full of rants tonight. I don't know. Got in front of the camera and just felt like talking, I guess. But we'll see. We'll see. Be interesting to see what happens in the future with vaping and how things progress. I mean, it feels like for us it's moving backwards, and yet the ironic part is for anyone who's against e-cigarettes, they're really making a lot more headway than I think most of us ever expected. A lot of us, you know, back a year ago even would have thought, you know, see people in the general public, you know, raising a fuss about e-cigs were just crazy. And now we're the ones who look crazy. We're the ones who look crazy for trying to defend it, which is just insane. It's how the tables have turned. I mean, this is a whole new world we're living in right now, and it's not looking good for us. But you know, if as long as we be respectable and as long as we can try to be the better end of this and keep our composure, we do have a chance. But you got to keep your composure. You got to quit doing stupid shit. I mean, the last thing we want to do is have people who are sitting there who are just so fucking arrogant and are going to sit there and vape in front of someone who has no intention of vaping, you know, in a place where they probably shouldn't be vaping. And I've mentioned this before, but I honestly don't agree with vaping in public places. And by public places, I'm not talking about, you know, in a parking lot. I'm talking about inside a mall. I'm talking about inside a movie theater. I'm talking about in a restaurant. Like, just don't do it. And I mean, the funny thing is, you know, a lot of people's defense is, well, it's up to the restaurant owner if I can vape or not, right? And I'll just ask them, and if they say yes, then obviously I'm allowed to vape, right? But no, you shouldn't be doing that. I don't care if the restaurant owner says it's okay or not. You shouldn't be. It gives off that bad perception. And the problem is, just because a restaurant owner doesn't care about it doesn't mean the rest of the people around you don't care about it either. And what you don't know is that maybe the restaurant owner just feels like he's powerless. He may not know the rules. He may not know how much power he actually has. And because of that, he doesn't want to refuse business or service to someone just because they want to use a vaporizer or an e-cig or whatever you want to call it. I've said the word e-cig way too many times in this video, by the way. I apologize, but it's just it's so hard not to, especially in these certain situations where this is the situations where they're most often referred to as e-cigs. If we're talking about a vape store, they're referred to as vaping. It's referred to as vaping. It's not anything other than that. But when it comes to the general public, they still call it an e-cig, and it's hard to break that habit, even for me. So I can see where some people are coming from, but anyways, my point is just be responsible where you vape. Make sure you know what you're doing and what you're getting into. And if you are looking to make the switch to vaping, don't do it because you think it's an excuse to smoke indoors. It's not. You're not supposed to be doing this indoors. I mean, yeah, if you want to do it in the privacy of your own home, sure, go ahead. But don't do it in the general public and don't do it in front of people who might be able to, you know, make some things happen that we don't want to happen. You don't know who else is in that restaurant. You don't know who else is in that movie theater. And it, sometimes it's not just a general public. Sometimes there are actual authoritative people in those places who do have power to do certain things. And those are the people we don't want to piss off. And I hate to say that, but that's the reality of things right now. So I don't know. I don't know. I need another vape here. So yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. I mean, I was gonna try and talk about another subject, but I think that pretty much covers everything I want to talk about. And things I didn't want to talk about, I talked about anyways. So we'll leave it at that for now. I don't know. I guess that pretty much covers it for today. Like I said, make sure to send me any emails with things you want to talk about in topics or whatever, and I'll definitely make a video of all the topics you guys suggest. Send me an email, shoot me a message on Facebook, shoot me a message on YouTube, whatever works better for you guys. Just let me know the topic, and it could be a fun little video I do. I know there's been quite a bit of requests for Vape Man to make an appearance again. That will most likely be happening sooner than later. I have a feeling my contact with him, because I got a contact there, right? He's back in town and he's ready to do some more vape stuff. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with Vape Man coming forward. But he's going to be in a couple of videos, I think, and we'll do an interview with him or something and just do some fun with it. But anyways, that's going to end the video for today. Thank you all for watching. I apologize for making these videos so long, but they can't help. I can't help but make them longer than what they are. It's just I get in front of the camera and I talk about general stuff, and I can't help but ramble. And in all fairness, at least I'm living up to the title of the video in the series, Robbie Rambles. So that being said, guys, thank you all for watching. Until next time, YouTube, happy vaping.